Hi, this is Gloria with stampwithgloria.com. Today I'm going to show you a background technique which will be 1 in a 4 series video. If I were to do all 4 techniques in one video, it would take so long that you'd probably lose interest after the first or second technique. But I'm going to be doing all 4 background videos with this white Christmas set. This could be a more advanced card workshop if you're a demonstrator, or if you're just a plain stamper who just loves to try new things. I think you'll like the different techniques I'm going to show you. So the first card we're going to make in this series is the Northern Lights. I looked online, and the Northern Lights are all different kinds of colors. They're just beautiful. They can go from the deep purples and blues to the really intense greens and fluorescent pretty yellows. So this is what I came up with for my Northern Lights card, and we're going to use our polar bear. And how do we do this? Okay, so I've already stamped the card, and I use the Memento ink pad. This is a permanent ink pad. It doesn't bleed when you work with it, so it's a wonderful pad to do this technique with. Now, how do we get the bear white, and how do we keep it white? Okay, and then how do we get this background? So what we're going to do first is we want to work on the bear first. All right, so what we're going to do is I want a little shadowing in the bear, so I'm going to take the soft sky and I'm going to tuck in some shadows around his legs because they'd be dirty from walking, right? And maybe something underneath his chin because it'd be dirty from eating, right? Just trying to be realistic here, just saying. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blender pen, and I'm taking the Versamark embossing refill. I'm going to put a little bit of the re-inker fluid in a little cup here, and then I'm going to take the blender pen, which I've used, and dip it right into that ink. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in the polar bear with the embossing fluid. So what's going to happen here? Well, I'm going to make it sticky so that I can emboss it with clear embossing powder. That'll create a resist technique, and I'll be able to go over the bear with any color and it's not going to stick. Isn't that cool? All right, so we're done with that. And then I need the clear embossing powder. All right, just tap a little bit of that on. Woohoo! And then I'm going to use my heat gun quick. This will probably be out of the picture, but you kind of get the idea, I'm sure. And I'm going to flip it in the light, make sure that I embossed everything. I didn't get that hind leg. There I go. I think I've got everything. Okay, so we embossed the little guy. The ink stayed on there, made him a little bit more noticeable. Kind of cool, huh? Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start from light to dark. So I'm going to kind of go reverse of what I normally teach. Normally I teach go from, I'll start with the darker tops with like a brayer sponge technique, and then I'll come down to the lighter. But I'm going to start with the light today. So I'm going to start with the crushed curry, and I'm basically just going to turn the card, and then I'm going to rub some color on here with the crushed curry. I'm going to go along the it would be the tree line, you know, in real life. We're going to leave a little bit of space here, the white, just to get a look. And see, I'm just making little circles with that sponge. So that's the first layer. Now the cool thing about this technique is that you get all these beautiful colors, but we're going to get like a purple and an orange and some other colors just because I'm blending with some of these colors. So then we're going to go with the melon mambo. And then as you see, we kind of get a little red down in there because the melon mambo is mixing with that. Gotta love it. Okay, so we've got the melon mambo going on. Then I want some streaks across the sky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Pacific Point, and I'm just going to ink that up really good, and then I'm going to do some streaks across the sky. Isn't that cool? Look at, and then it makes purple down there. Who knew, right? Purple going on. Whoop, gotta love it. I've got some streaks going on. Then I'm going to take my garden green, because that's the closest to like an emerald green that we have now. And the northern lights are beautiful, beautiful greens if you look at some of the pictures. So we're going to put that in. I want a little bit more blue here. I'm going to just really, you know, kind of put that in. And then we've got this, like the streaks going on and all the purple. Isn't that awesome? Who knew it could be this easy, right? So then we're going to take our gray, and I'm going to just sponge right across. Woohoo! Sponge right in there. We're going to get right by the tree line here. And this will just turn solid gray later. There you go. There we go. Woohoo! Gotta love it. So now we've got everything drawn in there, except for my husband, of course, had to point out that there aren't that many birch trees in Alaska. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but to appease him, I colored in the tree trunk and, you know, up into some of the branches so that it wouldn't be a birch tree anymore, because, you know, we can't have it not looking realistic, right? Of course, I could ask him 1,000 times how to do this technique and he would not know, but he does know that birch trees are not the norm in Alaska. Just saying. Yep, gotta love that. Gotta love that. So I just made them brown, so now we'll call them an oak tree in Alaska. And that's how quick you can do it. Once you got your supplies out, I'm just going to put it on some Blackberry Bliss. Who doesn't love that Blackberry Bliss? It's so beautiful. It's a good punch in color, and we made purple in there, so it kind of matches. And now we have our northern skies, except for one little thing. I'm going to take the chalk pen. I'm going to do it a little more careful than I did on my sample. But right up in the blue, we want stars, right? Because you can see the stars through the northern lights, and it is just beautiful. Go online, look at some of these pictures. It's just gorgeous. You see all these little pinpricks, which are the stars, against this colorful sky. It's just so gorgeous. I'd love to see it in person once. I mean, like the very beautiful, gorgeous sky that you would see like in Alaska. I'd love to see that once. But there you go. This is the first background technique in a series of 4. Stay tuned. We'll be using the White Christmas set, which is in the new mini catalog. I hope you like this technique. You can purchase everything I've just showed you on stampwithgloria.com, or use my name, Gloria Helmbrecht, at stampingup.net, and I'll be happy to send everything that you need to make this to you. Have a great day.